Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped and upside down. Now let me take a minute, just sit right there. Let me tell you how I became the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That's right. Hello and welcome to Real Talk TV. If you don't know that song, then boy, what was you doing back in the 90s? Was you not watching Fresh Prince? I mean, maybe some people didn't grow up on that. But if you didn't, it's alright, you can catch up now. It's never too late, okay? So today I'm just gonna do a review on the remake of Fresh Prince of Bel Air, the new look, the new stories, the new characters. Obviously all the characters still have the same names, but it is a very revamped modern version, more like, whereas Fresh Prince of Bel Air was more based on comedy, you know, like a sitcom, you know, about good times, showing you like a rich black family. And then you have Will Smith, you know, he comes from a poor background and he's put into this whole new lifestyle and he has to adapt to it. So that's mainly what, you know, the old Fresh Prince was basically like. Obviously they had a lot of like celebrity guests, and you know, the storyline did evolve to a certain extent, and we got to see, you know, every character development as well. But with the new Bel Air, wow, like just wow, all the ideas, wow, all the characters, wow. It's really amazing to see like the progress and the evolution of a show, you know, because nowadays we have a lot of remakes and, you know, the industry just trying to bring back the old ideas in a new vision and all. But not everyone has succeeded with the remakes. But I can tell you, Bel Air is a very successful remake, and I wouldn't even like classify it as a remake. I'm more put it into its own category, whereas I would more think of it like a new show, because although it is based off, you know, the idea of Fresh Prince and the characters, it literally has its own look, its own spin. You would never expect that, never ever, because, you know, even when I watched the first episode, I was like, okay, wait, this is not Fresh Prince. Like, it didn't relate to anything, you know, like the old Fresh Prince. So that was kind of shocking to learn. But as the story progresses, like from episode 1, they had me, like they grabbed my attention straight away. And yeah, I just love the new take. Okay, so obviously let's get on to the characters. So obviously, you know, you had Will, you know, he was coming from a poor background. You know, I don't want to give too much away from the story, the new Bel Air, but obviously he got into some trouble, and then he had to, you know, he was sent to his Uncle Phil's house, which was in Bel Air, you know, rich area, which is not something that he's used to. But yeah, like the old Will and this new Will, I would say they're one of the few characters that has quite a lot of similarities. Like this new Will with Bel Air, he's as funny as the old Will. He has charisma, confidence, you know, he plays basketball. So yeah, in that sense, the main character Will, yes, very much like the old Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Same type of morals and ideals. And yeah, like Will's the same, to be honest. Like, I don't really see much change in that. But I love how this new Will, like, he has this charisma, which is different. Like, he's not just trying to be like a joke man like the old Will was. He's like trying to take life seriously, and he wants to make something out of himself, like for his hood, for his mom, for himself. So, you know, same as the old Will, he really represents his town, and he's all about, you know, respect, loyalty, and all of that. Carlton, okay, the old Carlton was very nerdy and, you know, very shy, and obviously being around Will gave him more confidence, and he started to, you know, branch out more. This new Carlton though, not so much. No, he's not really shy like that, but he is up his own arse so much. Like, his ego is up there. Whether, you know, the old Carlton was more, you know, nerdy, you know, just trying to do his own thing. This new Carlton, he knows what he's doing. Like, he's the prim and proper rich boy, you know. He's around certain type of people that you will see. Like, there's certain lessons that this show teaches you, like about racism, sexism, feminism, you know, all the power plays, money coming into your hand and all of that. Like how people use money to get things. So obviously Will is learning a lot from this new world and having to adapt to it. And also, this new Carlton, yeah, he's very hard to, like, you know, connect with, because obviously maybe he's not someone that a lot of people can relate to. They used to watch like the old Fresh Prince, and he's more serious. He knows what he wants already, and you know what, he doesn't really care for Will like that, to be honest. So it takes time when you see the progression in terms of that. And he also learned some life lessons that man was sleeping, like, woke him and he made him woke. So yeah, it's good to see some, again, a lot of similarities but difference in some way as well. The person that I love to see is Hillary and this new Bel Air. The Hillary that they got compared to the old Hillary, like the old Hillary was very ditzy, you know, egocentric, very narcissistic, and all she cared about was shopping and spending money. Like, she didn't really have any goals. She was just very lost in life. But this new Hillary though, this new Hillary, and I love that this cast is like, you know, brown skin. There's not really that light skin, you know, image that they always trying to pull, like saying that lighter is better, all of that. Nah. We left that in like the 90s, yeah. So I love to see the representation. And this new Hillary, she's a dark skinned, beautiful black girl, yeah. She has so much confidence, and it kind of shows you the kind of challenges a woman goes through, you know, her life, her journey, like learning about yourself, learning about your body, your ideals. Like, sometimes people do things for money, for fame. So, you know, you see that whole journey of hers, which I love it. And she's also very goal determined. Like, she knows exactly what she wants. She's not ditzy like the old Hillary. Like, no one wants to see that. So yeah, I love to see that. Like, she's a boss babe. She's doing her own thing. Like, it's so good to see, and it's so good to see through a representation of a dark girl, because that's what we need more of, you know. And her wardrobe, oh my god, the wardrobe is everything. Like, her suits, her clothes, like the way she carries herself is beautiful to see. And I think it's really good, you know, for especially the younger audience to see someone that they can relate to, you know. And this is like throughout the whole cast, not just Hillary herself, but I think this whole cast was picked to perfection, okay, because it shows a really good variety, really good representation for so many people, that I think is what's needed, you know, nowadays. Because come on, let's forget that old agenda, because we don't need that. We need progression, we need real representation, you know, of the world today. Uncle Phil, okay, the old Uncle Phil, you know, he was a very stern man, you know, very about his business, and it took his time to connect with Will and all of that. But this new Uncle Phil, he was fine. So kind of like eye candy, but also a nice chocolate man, okay? And obviously the law, politics, so he's into all of that as well. But you see how like it affects him and his family, and what really is most important to him, like the politics, the career, or his family. So he has to make a lot of choices in that sense. But you see like the depths that he goes to try to make these things happen. Aunt Vivian. Listen, I loved from the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I loved the original Aunt Viv. She had a lot of energy. She really represented, like, every time she came on screen, like she was always on point. She would give me jokes. She knew who she was, and she knew what she wanted, you know, and she just exuded like confidence, and just a beautiful black woman. Still to this day, well, we did find out what happened, you know, to the original Aunt Viv, but when they switched it to the light skin one, it was never the same, to be honest. So in Bel Air, this Aunt Viv, she is again another beautiful black woman, yeah. And it shows you, you know, how she sacrificed her career for her family, and her trying to get back into that journey and trying to get back into her career. So you see like the rifts between her and Phil, you know. I feel like it just represents real life relationships. And you know, a lot of people go through that challenge in their relationship where, you know, sometimes the man or the woman, they wanna, a partner has to sacrifice, you know, for their partner's dreams and goals. And you know, they kind of get lost, or when they have kids, you know, they kind of lose that fire that they used to have. So it's really nice to see again another life lesson that a lot of people can relate to. Ashley, you know, the old Ashley, she was very sweet, and you know, her and Will had a really good like friendship, and you know, sisterhood, brotherhood kind of thing going. The old Ashley, she was cool. I used to love Ashley. Like she cracked me up, and she was so assertive on who she wanted to be, you know. So I love seeing that. The new Ashley, I would say she's more kind of timid, the new Ashley. But again, like we see her journey with like sexuality and finding out, you know, about yourself, what you like, what you don't like. So representation is good in that sense with her. So that's why I think this new Bel Air is amazing, because I feel like each character has their purpose, their own story to tell, their own representation to give us, and you can see a lot of character development in one season, which is nuts. Like that usually takes like maybe 2-3 seasons, and then you think, okay, I get it. But with Bel Air, from the start to the end of the season, they really show us, like, but it shows us how realistic life really is, because we literally go through daily changes. So, and we become different people, you know, every week, every day, you know, we all have different emotions, different mental states, like things affect us differently. So I'm telling you, this show is 10 out of 10. If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you used to watch the old Fresh Prince, watch this new one, Bel Air. Okay, it's definitely worth it. Obviously it's not the same kind of, you know, aesthetic and based off the same kind of vibes as the old Fresh Prince, but it's beautiful. It's done amazingly. Like, shout out to the director, the writer, and the fact that him and Will Smith got to produce such a beautiful thing, and such a new and fresh, brand new you know, show. There's literally no show out there like Bel Air. So that's why I would recommend it as well. Even if you didn't used to watch the old Fresh Prince, it doesn't matter. Trust me, this is a whole new show and it has a whole different vibe. Like even the intro, oh, the orchestra in that intro song, it really moves me. Like I can feel it in my heart every time it comes on. Like it's so powerful. And I think that's what the show is really about showing you power, about showing you resilience, like the challenges that Black people go through, and challenges as a woman, as a man, as a sportsman, as a politician, as someone who, you know, gave up on their dreams, is trying to get back. So a lot of life lessons that are worth watching. I would definitely highly recommend. And yeah, give it a watch. Give it a watch. You won't be disappointed. But yeah, thank you for coming for this real talk. See you next time. Like, share, subscribe.